Hey stinkers. It's really nice out today. It's super warm, so I thought I'd sit outside and talk a little bit. I wanted to talk about, I went on a date recently, and it was the worst date that I've ever been on. And I've been on a lot of dates in my life, believe it or not. And so let's just get right into it. So a couple weeks ago, I wanted to wait before I told the story in case like I decided it wasn't worth sharing, but it definitely is. A couple of weeks ago, I went to a bar with a woman a little bit older than me. Remember, I'm about to be 30. And so we go to this bar and it's got karaoke, and she's like, oh, I'm a regular, I come here all the time. She knows one of the managers or like the DJ or something. The DJ, yeah, because we met and we talked. As soon as it starts, she orders like a beer, and it was kind of weird. The first thing she does is she orders a beer, and the kid, our server, he's like maybe 18. I don't know how old he had to be to like serve drinks, but he's so young. And she's like, oh, I'll have a Modelo or whatever. She says something, and he's like, oh, we don't have that. Is there something else I could get you? And she instantly, her mood changes. She's like, you don't have that? Since when? And he's like, couple months now, for a while. It's been a while. So she's like embarrassed because she goes there all the time and she doesn't know. It's nothing to be embarrassed about or even care. So she finally orders something different. And I'm like, I'll just have tequila, dog. Just straight up, just a shot. That whole night, because I was the designated driver. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Before the date starts, she's like, drive over to my place, here's my address, and we'll both take my car. And I was like, I don't mind being DD, so she can drink, I'll drive, I'll drop her off at home, I'll go home, was the plan. And that is what happened, but it gets so much worse. So she orders a drink, I get a shot, and then she gets a shot too of Jaeger. Throughout the whole night, I had one shot of tequila, whereas she had 3 shots of Jaeger and 3, I don't remember what she was, like Pabst Blue Ribbons or something, some weird gross beer. Basically, pretty soon, she was hammered, and she was being really, there's some things where it's like being loud, being like, oh, okay, hey, we're at the bar, and you're the loudest person here, you're having the most fun. That embarrasses me a little bit, but not as much as her, like, getting really physical. She's like putting her hands on me, trying to kiss me and stuff, and like, I'm comfortable with that stuff if I know the person. You know, we're out in public and I don't really know this girl, you know, so I don't want to make out in front of strangers at the bar. I don't really want to do that with someone I know. And she kept saying stuff like, what? Why are you mad? What's wrong? And I was like, I'm not mad. I'm just, you know, we're all trying to have fun, but the level's here. This is where the level is at the bar, and this is where you're at. You know, people are trying to do karaoke and she's saying stuff like, he's bad, or, oh, she's a lesbian. Don't say that shit to me. When they're here and they can hear you, don't say that shit even when they can't hear you. She gave me such bad vibes. I don't think she even said anything outright racist, but she did keep making comments about this one black lady. It's like, dude, the only woman of color, the only person of color in here, why are you pointing her out and saying stuff about how she looks? It's just very sus to me, very weird. Yeah, I guess it sounds weird. It's like, how could that be the worst date ever? But she was genuinely, people are feet away from us doing karaoke, and she was singing loud as fuck over them. She was saying rude things about them that I feel like they probably could hear. You know, people were like definitely looking at our table. And as the sober one, I'm able to observe that stuff and see it. So it was not fun for me. Being DD is usually not fun. But she like was saying stuff really loud, like, oh, tonight I'm gonna make your night, like literally like she's a cartoon drunk. And I was like, no, you're not. I was like, I'm gonna go drop you off. And then as soon as like I'm trying to get her to leave, we've been there since 8 and it's like 11. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go home. My dog, I want to go home and let him out and stuff. I'm not really interested in this. And she's like ignoring me until finally around like 11:30, I go up to her because I'm like taking breaks outside, like hitting my vape pen. I don't vape, but I smoke. And then on my phone. And so I come back in and I'm like, okay, it's time to go. It's time to go. Let's go. I'm gonna take you home. You just finished your last drink. Let's not order another one. I was like, we either going home now or I'm gonna take an Uber, and then you're gonna have to take an Uber home. So she's like, fine. And then we start leaving, and she's like, I had such a good time. I can't wait to get home. And I'm like, okay. So we're driving, and she like puts her hand on my leg, and I take her hand off, and she starts like doing this. Oh, she's like passing out, and she's like, I don't feel so good. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, but you drank really fast. I didn't say that to her, but I'm like, no shit, you don't feel good. No one would feel good drinking as much as you drank. Especially like she's shorter than me, she weighs less than me, and I'm pretty small. So yeah, at the end of it, I take her home, and she wants to talk to me about her last relationship. She's like, oh, my ex, he's such a dick. I can't believe he doesn't care. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I'm like, I don't know, but you are here, you're in your house. Took forever to get her out of her car, took forever to get her in the house, took forever to walk out because I didn't want to be rude, until eventually I was just like, I left while she was talking, because I was like, we're not going to talk ever again, and you're okay, you're safe, you don't need anything. I've had a few shitty dates where people were maybe too excited or whatever, and they went overboard. But like, I don't know, this one took the cake. She really was saying weird stuff. She kept talking about how this lady was a lesbian, right? Which is like, not really a big deal. But imagine you went out to a bar and some drunk lady is just calling you a lesbian, calling you gay, saying that you look like a man when you're a woman, asking me, she would ask me, she's like, is that a man? No, that's a woman. She looks like a woman. She passes for a woman. Don't be weird and try to make implications and stuff. Don't show up and immediately complain that they don't have the right drinks, and then get super smashed, and then be really rude to all the staff, and then oh, here's the best part. I have to tell you this before I forget, the whole reason of the story. So at one point we're walking out because we're gonna go have, some smokes. And we walk past a group of people that at first I thought, oh, she's a regular here, she might know these girls. But no, she didn't. We walk past some girls, one of them's holding a shot, a green like pickle shot or something. And the girl I'm with on a date walks past, and she sees the drink, and she goes, ooh, and puts her mouth up to the drink and goes, like she's gonna put her mouth on the drink. And she's like, no, I'm just playing. And I looked at the girls she did that to, and they were all like, fuck no. I thought she was gonna get her ass beat. So yeah, if you're out with someone like that, the only thing you can do is just run. And that's what I did. I kept trying to get out of there for like 2 hours. As soon as I got her in her car, took her home, dropped her, I want to say on the curb, but realistically, I got her out of the car into her house and dropped her on her bathroom floor and then left. It could have been worse. I could have been hurt. Mostly I was just embarrassed, and I felt bad for all the people that she annoyed. Not just me, but she annoyed a bunch of like people who were trying to work and just enjoy their night off. Yeah. I don't think she's gonna see this, because I don't think she's much of a YouTube person. Like I said, she's like a bit older than me, so she's probably watching, I don't know, she's probably watching like Parks and Rec or something. So yeah, thanks guys for indulging my story. I really appreciate it. I definitely have a few more things in the pipeline for like, seeing my face and being in front of the camera, vlog type stuff. But thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys. You rock. Bye.